All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who ruled well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to ratazah. It'll be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And as you can see, it's going to be centered around Dante's Inferno. Hold on, let me make sure my mic isn't covered. All right, Salakia. Yeah, I mentioned this a couple times. The Bible strictly condemns usury, right? Especially against your brother, which I'm going to get the scriptures, and also the Quran. I've never read it, but I was actually watching. I mentioned it before. It was a documentary on Netflix. It had a Woody Harrelson in it, and it was going into how Esau is destroying the earth, cutting down the trees. And it was going into a lot of different things, but they mentioned also usury in that, and that's how come I found out about this. But anyway, yeah, they said that the Quran strictly forbids usury, and we know the Bible forbids usury against your brother, right? And we are Esau, Edom's brother, right? We're his twin brother. We come from Shem also. We're so-called Semitic, which it should be Shemitic, all right? And also in Dante's Inferno, right, which I'm going to read. There's a particular level of hell, which we know hell is really the grave, right? One of the definitions of hell is the grave, and also hell is heaven and hell are conditions that play out on the earth, all right? But in the book Dante's Inferno, there's a particular level of hell that's dedicated specifically for people that practice usury, all right? Which I'm going to read. So this is it says in this canto, Dante and Virgil enter an area reserved for sinners guilty of usury. Today we define usury as the practice of charging exorbitant amounts of interest on a loan. Okay, and that's how the Rothschilds, the wicked elite, chiefly got rich, was through usury, interest. They took over the banking system, and they put the whole world in subjection. They put taxing upon taxing, interest upon interest. So it says in this canto, Dante and Virgil enter an area reserved for sinners guilty of usury. Today we define usury as the practice of charging exorbitant amounts of interest on a loan. But in the Middle Ages, and we know the Middle Ages, the so-called Dark Ages, that's when Jake was ruling, all right? The devil was bound for 1,000 years per revelation, right? But now he's loose, right? To deceive the earth, deceive the world, deceive the nations, But anyway, it says, but in the Middle Ages, charging an interest on a loan at all, period. But in the Middle Ages, when we were ruling, the Moors, so on and so forth, but in the Middle Ages, charging an interest on a loan at all was considered usury, all right? So let's get the scriptures, because we know it. The main scripture that I always hit is a Habakkuk, right? Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all, straight to the point, we know it. Read the whole chapter, but straight to the point, Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? Not much longer. The joy of the hypocrite is but for a short time, but for a short moment. According to Job, Yahweh Shai set the bounds which this devil can't pass. He's going down, man, quickly. So it says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that thick clay is heavy debts, man. And that debt is put on you through usury. All right? Usury, interest upon interest. All right? Every time you look around, you try to buy something, you're getting slapped with interest rates, man. And Jake, Jake get the worst interest rates, man. You go to buy a house, you go to buy a car, your interest rates is gonna be through the roof, man. This is Deuteronomy 23 and 19. It says, "Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother." We are Esau, Edom's brother. Okay, we both came from Isaac and Rebekah. Okay, you see, but that's how they got rich. Chiefly the wicked elite, the chief house of Edom, Amalek, by the Rothschilds in particular, by taking over the banking system, man. Okay, you see, and that's what they apply, usury, and not to mention, it's so wicked. You're not even getting paid with real money. You're getting paid with fiscal, funny money. It's a fiat system. It's not backed by nothing. Okay, so they not only are you not you're working, you're slaving. You're not getting a fair day's wage. You're not being paid with real money. Okay, the money's being devalued by the moment by the second. Okay, that's why you see inflation setting in, hyperinflation. They got the nerve to compound interest upon it, man. You see, so this devil is excuse my French. He's fucking you every which way, man. No Vaseline, you see, and he's gonna pay for that, you know. So it says Deuteronomy 23 and 19, "Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, and he puts interest on everything, man. He puts taxes on everything. You see, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. All right, that's a commandment. You see, and he calls himself taking the scriptures into his hands. He's gonna get judged by it. You see, and this chiefly this the whole. He's actually got the whole world in subjection now. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He's controlling everything, man. But that's why ultimately I brought out Habakkuk. They're gonna turn upon you, man. You see, these BRICS nations. They bucking up now, man. Because they're starting to look at this whore sideways, man. And that's why we know ultimately they're gonna hate the whore and burn her with fire. Because this petrodollar, this dollar is what's causing a lot of heartache in the earth, man. You see, and it's all by design. They want to collapse the current fiat fiscal system, the monetary system of the world, and usher in a new system, a new way of buying and selling, which we know is going to be a digital way of buying and selling. Okay, which is going to be spearheaded by the MOTB, the mark of the beast, per Revelation 13 and 16, that charagma, that digital oil. Okay, but straight to the point, Haggai 1 and 6, especially our people, man. That's read James, man. What's that? James 5 and 1. It's a Haggai 1 and 6. It says, "Ye have sown much and bring in little." Yeah, we do all the manual labor, all the hardest jobs. You know, but we get the work. When it comes to the pay scale, we're getting paid the least. You see, a lot of times even your woman will be making. If you're an Israelite man, a lot of times a woman is making more than you, man. You know, and it's all by design. So it says Haggai 1 and 6, "Ye have sown much and bring in little." All right, "Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes." Because the bills never, you're on a constant hamster wheel. You're subject to payments, man. That was all by design of Yahweh Shai. That the curses overtook us. We had to go to our enemy now in want of all things, you see. And what does the enemy do? He lends usury upon usury upon usury, man. He puts usury on the money, usury on the victuals, the goods, the foods, usury upon your house, your car, everything, man. You getting screwed coming and going, and then you're not even getting real money. You getting paid with money that's you could, hey, man, this devil gonna pay, man. He's gonna pay. And like I said, that usury is a big deal, man. It's a big deal. Again, like I said, in Dante's Inferno, there's a specific area. I'll read it again. "In this canto, Dante and Virgil enter an area reserved for sinners guilty of usury." That's the wicked elite. These bankers, you know, the ones that control the Federal Reserve, so on and so forth. It says, "Today we define usury as the practice of charging exorbitant amounts of interest on a loan." Hey, them student loans have an exorbitant amount of interest upon it, man, and it never goes away. And that the interest is upon interest upon it. The longer you take to pay it off, the more interest is going to compile upon that loan, man. That's wicked. You're digging you're putting yourself in a hole that you can never get out of. You see, that's why it's such a wicked thing. Okay, especially you're not even paying people with real money. You being paid with money that's devaluing by the second. The cost of living is going up, goods is going up, but your money's going the value of your money's going down. You see? It says, but in the Middle Ages, charging any interest on a loan at all was considered usury. Okay? So I'm gonna close out here. I don't want to make it long. We know it. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, all right, injuries and riches got by deceit, he's defrauded the people, man. You know, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's a future prophecy. This devil is going down, and a righteous ruler is gonna rule, starting with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, and then what? We're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Okay, that's what time it is. Esau's the end of the world. This wicked ass world, this wicked ass age, this empire, this wicked rulership, this wicked society. Okay, and a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness is gonna be in the earth, man. You know, a proper, just, righteous ruler is gonna take over. Okay, you see, because right now the people are mourning because the wicked are ruling. When the wicked are ruling, the people mourn. When the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice. The people ain't rejoicing. The people are being depressed, oppressed. You know, you know. He can never be satisfied. This devil is Habakkuk tells you that his desire is as hell. He is as death, man. You know. So I'm gonna close out Ecclesiasticus again 10 and 8 because of unrighteous dealings, raping, robbing, stealing, lying, injuries and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is future prophecy. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The kingdom is about to be soon. Our redemption is nigh. The kingdom is translated from one people, a wicked nation, Esau, Edom, the wicked per Malachi 1 and 4, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's whipping stick, from one people to another, to us, Yasharallah. All right, the Lord's chosen, the apple of the Lord's eye. And it's a recompense coming for how this devil's been ruling. It's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation of them that trouble us. Who's been troubling us? Esau, Edom. All right? So keep pushing, man. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam Yasharallah.